Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be discussing Quake. Quake is my top champion and I think she's a very good choice for rank 455 as a 5-star champ. Even maxing her out as a 4-star champ is very beneficial for certain characters. So today I'm going to be talking about her. So first, Quake's signature ability, which is Ricochet Pulse. Now what Ricochet Pulse does is while you're blocking, if an enemy hits you, they will be damaged. And this the amount of damage they take really depends on your sig level. So right now it's sig level 81. Out of 200, my Quake gives an additional 20.13% damage and redirects it back to the enemy. So that's around 30, which, like I said, is not a lot. So that's pretty much her signature ability. It's pretty good. Also, this is why Quake is considered to be the god tier science champion. So while charging your heavy attack, if you hold down your heavy attack, Quake generates an aftershock, and depending on how many aftershocks you can multiply or hold down until they add up to a certain number, depends on how much damage they'll end up inflicting to the enemy, and also how long the stun duration will be. So I can usually get Quake up to about 14 aftershock, and when I do, it does. So if I have class bonus, it'll do around 4,000. If I don't have class bonus, it'll do like 3,300. And it does it 3 or 4 times, I believe. It inflicts it 3 or 4 times. So I'll show you that later in the video of how to do that. Also, with Quake, you're going to need parry in the mastery setup because it's very important to parry the enemy while you're building up aftershock to do the most amount of damage. So here's the details on aftershock of how the stun duration goes up and how much it inflicts of physical damage over time. And so another thing, her passive ability will evade all light attacks, basic attacks. So once you have your aftershock ability up and it's inflicting damage after they're done being stunned and an enemy tries to hit you, she will evade it no matter what, unless it's a special attack. If it's a special attack, she will not evade and you will get hit, and that's the only thing that is the downside to Quake. So her special one adds 2 points to the aftershock scale. Her special 2 adds 3 points with a 100% chance to inflict concussion, reducing the opponent's ability accuracy. So that means that she'll trigger her passive ability and she'll evade basic attacks for 5 seconds. Special attack 3, 6 points to aftershock scale, and 100% chance to stun for 3 seconds. Pretty self-explanatory there. So a lot of people use Quake for Mephisto or Magic, and I personally use Quake for MCOC because I hate his auto block, and a way around it is not hitting him, so I would use Quake. So I'm going to show you the aftershock. See how when Mephisto hits me while I'm blocking, I'm getting damage on him. Now I'm going to show you how to build up while charging her heavy and see it's inflicting damage. And now I'm evading because of her passive ability to evade all basic attacks. And as you can see, his health is just absolutely melting. And basically that's why Quake is considered a god tier science champion, and that's why I have her ranked up to 455. Also, she's very high in prestige, and that's very important for, if you're trying to go for higher 8 Q rewards, and personally I use her for a defender in war, and she's, because she's a 455, she has a lot of health, and right now in war, depending on what node you put them on, using her with all that health is beneficial. So let's take a look. What I've been placing her on mostly, what I've been placing Quake on is node 44 over here, which I didn't this time. We're trying up something else, but it inflicts bleed, and my special 1 cannot be blocked. So evading Quake's special 1 using dexterity is kind of hard, because it's similar to Magneto's, where it goes across the whole map, so you have to time it right. So this also inflicts bleed, and she has a lot of health on this node. So inflicting bleed for 60 seconds, can cause a kill, usually a kill, because at this point you're almost to the mini boss. So it can cause a kill, which, there gets you more points, or gets the enemy less points, because if you die, the points are reduced on killing somebody. So they added, defender kills as points back for skill level, which I agree with. And so that's how I usually use Quake. And that's basically everything on Quake. And